I'm Corky Word, the Director of Project Serve Our Soldiers, and today we're here to talk about things that are happening in Hawkins County, and we're talking about Project Serve Our Soldiers craft fair that's coming up, and what it means to the people of Hawkins County. I have some guests with us today. We have Representative Gary Hicks with us. To my right, to my left, I have Nancy Barker, Director of Chamber of Commerce and Hawkins County Commissioner. I have Bill Hewitt, who's the Grand Knight of the Knights of Columbus. We have Sgt Ryan Sears, who is a recipient of our 2019 comfort boxes while they were in Jordan. I have Sgt Alex Mowry. He is our National Guard representative here today, as well as Specialist Joshua Mays, and he's also here to represent. So what I wanted to do, first of all, is let you know that Hawkins County has the heart of the people, and it was evident through the efforts of all those mentioned today that we're talking about as far as these individuals. And what we want to let you know is that we're having a craft fair. It's sponsored and hosted by Project Serve Our Soldiers, who is a nonprofit organization located in Rogersville, Tennessee. We are right here, having it right here in this building, which is the National Guard building. And this is their drill hall. And they are gracious enough to allow us to do these things here, these types of events. I'm going to talk about the mission so that you'll understand why all these people are here. The goal and the mission of Project Serve Our Soldiers is to provide comfort to Hawkins County actively serving military personnel and their families on foreign and domestic soil through fundraising efforts and donations. An additional goal is to help meet Hawkins County's community needs independently or in conjunction with other Hawkins County's organizations, and that's who these people are today. Through the fundraising efforts and donations in 2019, Project Serve Our Soldiers was able to provide comfort boxes to nearly 200 U.S. military men and women who were actively serving abroad in places like Jordan and Bahrain. Today, we have brought in Sgt Ryan Sears, who was the recipient, and his fellow soldiers in Jordan, and he's going to talk about what it meant to his group for you right now.
Yeah, it's a wonderful gesture. Stuff like this really builds up morale for the soldiers who are over there. It makes them feel like they really have the support of the people back here. A lot of the things they'll take to the field with them, such as snacks, they can take that out with them to eat when they're out in the field or on the job. Other things, some of the big items that we really enjoyed were the letters and cards that we got from people. We had a few school classes that would send us letters. Some of the kids would draw us pictures. Those were really wonderful things that really helped you be motivated to go out and do the best that you could do on whatever mission you were given. And so having that, and then knowing that when you come back home, you still have that, you have that kind of support from the people here. And I want to thank Corky and everybody who helped with Project Serve Our Soldiers for that. It was a wonderful thing. I'm so glad that we got to do that. I'm glad that I had people like that who were here in the community to show us that kind of support while we were away from our families and doing our thing, making sure our missions were done. So thank you all. Very much.
Also today we have Sgt Alex Mowry and his specialist Joshua Mays. I'm sorry, I keep doing that, Joshua. And we also were able to provide comfort bags for them when they were deployed to Washington, D.C., to our capital. And I'd like for them to go ahead and take an opportunity to talk about it.
The comfort packages meant a lot to us and our unit when we were away. When we get placed on missions or taskings to do things, we're away from home, we're away from our families. You're not always given the most ideal things that you're used to every day when you're at home with your family. You can go down to the gas station or your cupboard and get a drink, a candy bar, whenever you want. When we're pushed out somewhere else, we don't have that access. And being able to be supported by Project Serve Our Soldiers, we get things that we can normally have when we're at home, and giving us that comfort takes our minds off of, even if it's for a minute, off of what we're doing to remember home and our families, and something to look forward to as well, because then we remember, I have this, I'm working to complete this mission so I can get back home. And it's very uplifting. It's great for the unit morale to, when it's down, it's surprising how much it means just to, you can go get a candy bar and have it. It does make a big difference in what we do, to have the support of the community and people back home, and groups like Project Serve Our Soldiers.
And this is just a few of the recipients. We also have the other branches, and whether they're deployed overseas or they're here right on our own domestic soil, we do reach out. We want our people to know that we're there for them. Now, there are some other people that work with us and also have their own organizations, and what I'd like to do is share with you that we are going to have a craft fair. It's Project Serves Our Soldiers Fall Craft Festival, and it will be right here October 30th and 31st. Unfortunately, through the pandemic that has occurred this year, it has caused many of our organizations not to be able to have their fundraising efforts. We have opened up what would normally be our own fundraiser to several other organizations. Nancy Barker of the Chamber of Commerce, they were unable to complete all of their fundraising efforts. Bill Hewitt with the Knights of Columbus, they have been unable to do their fundraising efforts. So they're going to be joining in, so we're going to have fundraisers within our fundraiser. Nancy, would you like to talk about the type of fundraisers that you missed out on doing and what you're planning on doing here?
Well, it's kind of been a challenge this year for the whole community. So many activities have had to be canceled. One of our major fundraisers we had to cancel. And so when Corky offered us this opportunity to be able to be a part of this, it was just such a great idea. And then being the great people that they are, Bill's wife actually put us a quilt together to receive donations for, and be able to raise some money through that. And so we're very pleased with that. But we're very honored to be a part of the Serve Our Soldiers and help with the promotion and advertisement, to be able to encourage more people to come up here to this event and try to raise as much money as we can, because we never know when we get to keep these guys or when we're sending them off somewhere. And so we always want to be able to provide for them what they need as they're going off to whatever destination they are, or if they're just serving the community. They're very helpful in our community when we do projects, and we certainly appreciate all that they do. To have this beautiful facility that they allow us to use also is a great benefit for our community. So we're just pleased to be a part of it. We're very excited. This started last year as kind of a small event, and it's grown, and we're hoping that it will continue to grow, and we'll be able to continue to support our community as well as our servicemen.
Knights of Columbus is a fraternal Catholic organization, and our council is with St. Henry's Catholic Church here in Rogersville. We're a very small group within the Catholic organization. The Knights of Columbus number about 2 million Catholic men throughout the world, and we provide. Our mainstay is charity. We provide for the needs within the community, as well as, and that's one of our main pillars within the Knights of Columbus. We have 4 pillars that we rest on: charity, unity, fraternity, and patriotism. And I want to just speak about patriotism specifically. I can relate to what Project Serve Our Soldiers does specifically. Even though I'm generations apart from these gentlemen sitting across from me here, but I know what the welcome those packages mean. Ours was a jungle. Theirs has been more in the deserts and the sands and in the urban environments of the country today. But to receive that from family and community provides such a connection. As they said, it's such a link back to the community, back to the family, that if you haven't been there, it's hard to explain. But having been there, that connection is there and that link is there. It just brings everything right back. You can get out there and you can get kind of disconnected back from where family and the world is, but that kind of brings you back to that. But and then now coming back, Corky has offered us the opportunity to provide the food concessions here for the upcoming craft fair. And we have what's called, thanks to Nancy here, she kind of planted a little seed. So we call it the COVID bear quilt, and we have a bear quilt that my wife has made, along with the quilt that's on the table here that we are accepting donations for, and we're gonna draw a ticket for that here in December, and we'll have that on display here on the 30th and 31st at the craft fair, and we'll provide food for the crafters as well as those patrons that come in that day. And we hope we think it'll be an enjoyable environment. We think people want to get out. They're ready to get out of the house. They're ready to get out and just do things. And we think that'll be an enjoyable event for all. And Corky has been instrumental in being there, just encouraging everyone along to put this together and coordinate it and just pull the pieces together. So for the Knights of Columbus to be part of that, we're very blessed to be part of that, and we think it'll be a highly successful event, and we thank you.
On October 30th, which is a Friday, and October 31st, which happens to be Halloween, but most events have been canceled. So that will be October 31st, and the hours for our shoppers will be from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. This room is going to be filled with vendors. We have very few places left at this point, so we still do have a few more. If a few vendors would like to give us a call, we'll accept new vendors. We are opening all of these things. Some of the other vendors that we're going to have here that many of you will know will be Eliza Coral with her animal prints. We have Mr. Hewitt's son, who is one of our Florida artists who gets to be with us this year. The young man's name is Gregory Hewitt. He and one of his partners will be here to have their modern art displays here. We have Gnomes Unlimited. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but they're just some gorgeous little gnomes that can be from this tall to this tall and replace your Christmas tree if you needed to. They're adorable. We have Young Living, who is an essential oil company. We have a brand new group that's here that it's called the Old Stage Candle Company, and they've just entered into Hawkins County, so they'll be here selling their candles and melts. We have natural homemade soaps, Eileen's, and that would be Eileen's Natural Soaps. We have so many people that are going to be here. We will have live entertainment. We have a gentleman by the name of Gene Lane, who will be our guitarist and our entertainer. Of course, we're going to have drawings every hour on the hour for the donations for these. We have a room full of gift baskets, so that somebody's going to be able to receive something. Then we have you'll see a chest right over there, a cedar chest that was donated by one of our vendors. Its value is over $100, and it is handmade crafted. And our representative, Gary Hicks, has agreed that he'll come in at 3 p.m. to draw for that one for us and make that announcement. So we have a lot of things going on that we're trying to do, opening up for our vendors to be able to get back to work, Hawkins County to be able to do what they need to do. Our soldiers, we're here to take care of them. And now what I'd like to do is just wrap this up and let our representative Gary Hicks finish up for us.
Well, thank you very much, and it's certainly an honor to be here with everyone here, especially you gentlemen. And I want to thank you first of all for your service. So as I hear what's going on here, I can't help but think about volunteering. If you go all the way back to back in the war with Mexico, all the way back in the 1800s, when the call was made for 2,800 men, that's what the numbers was given. Hey, can you give us 2,800 men? Tennessee answered the call with 38,000 individuals who answered that call. And so that spirit of volunteerism back then, and boy, can you feel it this morning with not only to the gentleman with my right, but also to the folks on the left. While this event, as Corky is talking, and you think about how much fun it's going to be, it's very important. And the reason it's very important is because you hear what it means to these gentlemen on the right. Because what the funds that are going to be made from the event, from the craft bazaar, to what it goes towards. And my goodness, I don't know if you can have a better mission as you go into one of these craft bazaars, but to know that it's going to go to our soldiers to support them and their families while they're wherever they may be supporting us. And so, boy, that's humbling this morning to be sitting here to even think about that. There's so many people that are involved, that's going to be involved with this craft bazaar, and there's so many people who want to help that's not had the opportunity to help because of COVID-19. And so with that, now you have your opportunity. You have your opportunity. If you've been wanting to do something, but you just didn't know what you could do, maybe your event was canceled, well, here's your opportunity to come on October the 30th and 31st to come down and support all these folks. Hawkins County and surrounding communities have a lot of folks. They're very talented, so they can come and show off those talents. And again, it's going to be for just a tremendous cause. And so I really want to encourage you to, you can practice your social distancing, put your mask on, whatever's comfortable for you, and then come out and support not only these folks that's to my left, but certainly when you come, you're supporting these men on the right.
I mentioned earlier, I thanked Corky and all them for the help. And while we were overseas, we had the opportunity, we have these flags, and we can fly these over the post that we were on. And so I wanted to present these to Corky and to the American Legion here in appreciation.
In Hawkins County.
And Hawkins County. And, I've also got a couple of these, we call them challenge coins in the military. They're offered, they have a special significance. I'm sure these gentlemen here know. It's offered in thanks and recognition for outstanding service and in appreciation. And again, for Project Serve Our Soldiers. I've got an ASGJ, which is Area Support Group Jordan. That was the group that our unit worked underneath. And then my section here, we created our own, and that is from me personally to Project Serve Our Soldiers.
Yes, thank you. I would like to say that this is the first time that I've actually had the opportunity to meet Sgt Sears. We don't always get to meet our soldiers, the men and women that serve us. We've been on the phone so many different times, but I want to say thank you. It's finally good to meet him face to face, and all that he's done to coordinate for the troops that were over there in Jordan for us. And I want to thank all of these individuals here. We're going to cherish this. You have no idea how much we're going to cherish this. And if it's all right with you, because we're stationed right here, we're actually working from this building. This is what we call our home base. We're going to put this on display here in the National Guard Armory, if that's all right with you all.
Those are gifts back to the community for the support that they gave us.
Thank you, well,
So.
yeah,